Hi everyone, this is Mindy Eggen and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to share with you the first collaboration from Simon Says Stamp with Art Impressions. This set is limited time only, so once it sells out, it does not get restocked. So if you think this is a fantastic set, which it is, be sure to head on over and grab it, and then you can watch this video for some inspiration. So I did have an idea for this set since these ladies have all these fun donuts with them. I thought this layering sprinkles stencil would work really good with it. And then because I don't have dies for it, but there may be dies available for purchase. I thought I would mask off the area where the ladies are. So I'm bringing in the arch masking stencils. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a piece of white cardstock cut to 4¼ by 5½, and I have one of the arch masking stencils that I'm placing rolled up Post-it tape behind. That is just a really nice low tack tape. It's not going to leave any marks on my cardstock, and I'm going to try and center that as best as I can. Where this mask is where I will end up stamping my image. For now, I'm going to start with the background. So this is the first layer of the stencil. I put some little guides in the top left and bottom right-hand corner, just using some washi tape. So that way I could line up the stencil in the same place each time, because I think there's about 4 layers to the stencil. And then I'm going to hold the stencil down with that same washi tape. Now, because there are 4 stencils, I wanted 4 different shades of pink. I really envisioned pink with this because of those donuts, and I took some inspiration off of that cover image. So I'm using this set from Altenew. I'm starting out with the lightest shade of pink with the first layer of the stencil. Then I'm going to use those corners that I marked off, place the second layer of the stencil down, and come in with the next darkest color. And as I go through these inks, they do get super bright pink, which I love. I'm not usually like a full-on pink person, but it just worked really well for this card. And I thought the design of this sprinkles set just kind of came together with the theme of this stamp set really well. Now I moved on to the third layer of the stencil, which is my third color in this color set, adding that color with a blending brush. And I tried to keep the lighter pinks to my brush that I use for light colors, and then moved on to my red brush for the darker colors. That's my personal taste when it comes to blending brushes. I like to try and keep some brushes for light colors and some for dark. That way I'm not, or that way I'm getting more of a true tone, I guess. So removing the stencil, and now I can remove my mask. So I'm just carefully peeling that up because I went through all 4 layers of the stencil, and you can see where it masked that off. I really wanted to use my arches die, but I could not find it. So the mask works as well. Now I'm going back to that lightest shade of pink, and I'm going to go around all the outer edges and just lightly add color so that background wasn't so stark white. Kind of wished I would have brought that color in just a little bit more into the arch. Now I'm going to take this and place it in my Misti stamping tool. I have a waffle flower grip mat, so it's holding my cardstock in place. And then I'm going to stamp the image. So this is a lot to color. It's got some very fine lines. And what I do is I'm inking it up in the Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink. That is an alcohol-friendly ink that you can use with your alcohol markers, whether it's Olos or Copics. And then I'm going to leave that stamp in place. Now I'm going to go through and start coloring these. So I did not list every single color I used. I didn't really want to focus on the coloring, so to speak, just kind of inspiration to show you how you could use this, whether you have the die or not for this particular image. I left in all of the coloring, but I did speed it up quite a bit since there is quite a bit to cover. But I do want to talk to you about STAMPtember since this is the first collaboration stamp set. Kind of wanted to go over a few basics. So with the Simon Says STAMPtember collaborations with the different companies throughout the month, these are limited. They are available only while supplies last. So if you are interested in them, like I mentioned earlier, you want to snag them up really quick. They do tend to sell out pretty fast sometimes depending on the company and the stamp set. I'm going to try and share as many videos as I can using the collaborations. Sometimes I might just have a card or sometimes it might just be set to music depending on my time frame, what I have available for me, but I will try and share as much inspiration as I can. And also keep in mind, even if you don't happen to pick up this stamp set, there may be things in the videos that you pick up that maybe spark some idea for you. So I hope the videos are still helpful, even if you don't happen to get the stamp set or you're not interested. But I will always have links down below in the video description to all of the products that I'm using and also to the collaboration stamp set as well. So I still have quite a bit of coloring to do. I'm going to go ahead and place in here some fun music for you to listen to, or you can mute this part if you'd prefer. But I'm going to set some music to this and finish up the coloring, and I will catch you at the end. So as I'm finishing up this coloring, I did zoom in quite a bit here. I felt that I kind of lost my black lines a little bit on the donuts. I wanted them to stand out a little bit more. And I had a feeling that might happen because these are very thin lines that got stamped. So I'm going to bring this back over to my Misti tool. I apologize because I forgot to zoom out. So it is quite zoomed in here, but you'll get the idea. I just placed my cardstock back into that corner. Now, I did kind of check it out before I inked up the image to make sure that it lined up again. I know this can be kind of a tricky situation, but I stamped it in the Versafine black ink to really make it stand out. And it lined up perfectly for me. And then I'm also taking a sentiment off of that same stamp set. I tucked it up in the corner there, right by the donuts, and stamped that in Versafine ink as well. Then all I need to do is add this to a card base and it is done. So I thought this was really fun. It came together really well with that sprinkles stencil in the background. And maybe I could have even have done without the mask and just was a little more careful about how I did the stencil. Again, all of these supplies are linked down below in the video description and over on my blog. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I will see you again real soon with another video.